What's 72 inches tall but fits in a 31-inch space? A miserable passenger struggling to sit in the airplane seat they paid hundreds of dollars for. But year after year, people who step on an airplane are not having a good time, and sometimes not even getting to their destinations. Some were victims of, "Honey, I shrunk the airplane seat." Some had their flights canceled or significantly delayed, often due to meltdowns caused by airlines' underinvestment in technology and tools. With the flightmares that people endure, we can't let a good reauthorization go to waste. Let's get this right, Democrat or Republican. This stuff gets on everyone's nerves. The reauthorization of the Federal Aviation Administration sure is bringing a lot of members with their hands out. But with good reason. We should all want better for airline passengers, whether that's somebody making a trip across the country for a funeral or to pitch a new business. But year after year, people who step on an airplane are not having a good time. And since the FAA has not acted, now we must. Is anyone here against telling the airlines not to shrink their seats any further until the FAA acts? Good. Then let's advance my Stop Airplane Seat Shrinking Act to require the FAA to prevent seat size reductions until they've done their rulemaking. Now, how about the FAA issues some minimum requirements for airlines to maintain safe and workable flight planning systems? Last December, because of outdated software, Southwest Airlines canceled more than 16,700 flights and stranded thousands. Today, the exact same thing happened. Like permission to enter into the record, this headline, published today, Tuesday, April 18th, Southwest Airlines delayed more than 1,500 flights. Southwest had a meltdown over its technology problems. Let's advance my Flightmare Prevention Act, because we need to do something about Southwest's scheduling system that is straight out of the 1990s and their failure to invest to upgrade it. The Flightmare Prevention Act would require the FAA to issue minimum requirements for airlines' enterprise resource planning systems. Now, to be clear, it's not just technology, though, that's tripping up our aviation system. It's also staffing. My home airport, Orange County, cannot get the air traffic controllers that it needs. Why? Because the FAA restricts where they can get available staff. Right now, Orange County's airport is considered level 8 based on its volumes of arrivals and departures. Unlike smaller airports, it classified from 4 to 7, it cannot pull cadets from the FAA Traffic Control Academy and the National Employee Service NEST transfers. And unlike larger airports, classified from 9 to 12, it cannot offer comparably higher pay. We shouldn't be catching airports like mine between a rock and a hard place. The FAA needs to make level 8 airports eligible for the air traffic controllers that they need. It's simple. If we have air traffic controllers, we can move planes and our aviation system functions more smoothly for passengers. We've talked a lot about the things that we can do to prevent flightmares, but even with improvements, severe delays and cancellations can happen. What do airlines owe passengers when they don't actually deliver them to their destinations? To start, 6 of the 10 major airlines have already pledged to reschedule their passengers on another airline when there is a controllable, significant delay or cancellation. Plus, the FAA already has guidance to require refunds for passengers who do not fly after a significant delay or cancellation. I say let's combine these ideas. My Choices for Stranded Travelers Act would require airlines with controllable significant delays and cancellations to get their passengers faster alternative transportation, or if the passenger chooses, they can still get that full cash refund. Now, even if we advance all of the solutions I've talked about, implementing them requires a strong FAA. So the last request I have today is to pass my FAA Engagement and Transparency Act, which will require the FAA to appear annually before this committee to answer Congress members' questions and talk about the work it is doing to engage the public. I respectfully request that the committee include the solutions I've proposed today in its reauthorization. Let's stop flightmares, and let's make our aviation system work better for the people we serve. I yield back.